Of Alexandra Township in the North of Johannesburg plan to take to the streets tomorrow, we understand. The aim is to once again voice their frustration at what they say is a lack of service delivery. Let's get more on this now about Alexandra Total Shutdown. We've invited Bobby Solomons to come into studio. He's the spokesperson for the Alexandra Total Shutdown. Bobby, thank you very much indeed for your time. It was, I would say, a draining week for residents of Alexandra. Just take us through some of the events. It started off on Wednesday as the so-called official protest, and then we saw subsequent protests on Thursday and Friday. Just take us through the week.
Yeah, well, the shutdown actually started it was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was the only day planned for the shutdown. The other 2 days, like the Friday and the Thursday and the Friday, those were like sporadic incidences of violence with basically not burning of tires and all those things within the township.
Yeah.
The official date of the shutdown was Wednesday. Bobby,
sorry, just 1 second. We're going to try to sort out your mic. We have an issue with the mic. We're going to take a quick break. We'll sort out Bobby's mic. We'll come back with more on the issue of about Alexandra protests, which is, well, we understand, going to be taking place tomorrow as well. Stay tuned.
We were there at the birth of a new nation. We are here today as her democracy matures. An impartial and independent witness to history. SABC News, always there when South Africa decides.
It's all things gangster and power in the kingdom of KwaMashu as two families immerse in the contradictory world of church and crime. Uzalo, weekdays at 8:30 p.m. on SABC 1. Mzansi, for sure.
Welcome back. Well, Bobby Solomons is still with us in studio. We were talking about the Alexandra Total Shutdown. We managed to fix up the technical issues. Bobby, thank you very much indeed once again. Let's pick up where we left off with regards to what transpired this past week in terms of you were talking to us about Wednesday being the official protest and then the subsequent protests on Thursday, Friday. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, on Thursday and Friday, then you had, small sporadic incidences within the township where residents were burning tires and all that. But we managed to address that and try to deal with it, So from Wednesday, we then had an emergency public meeting on Friday. The meeting was for us to also give the mayor an opportunity to attend and come address residents because that's what they want, and then he never pitched in that meeting. And then that meeting on Friday actually resolved to engage in other action on Monday, which is tomorrow. But the action on Monday is not a shutdown. Normal life will resume. Kids can go to school, people can go to work. And then those who are around the township then will be engaging in a march to Sandton to hand over our memorandum. Yeah.
What?
So Monday won't be a shutdown, basically. It's just a peaceful march. So people can resume with normal daily life.
So take us through the plan for Monday.
Well, Monday is people will be converging at Sankopano, Alexandra Sankopano. It's a community center in Alex at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then they'll be moving to Sandton, to the Sandton offices.
Yeah. And we're expecting the same amount of people that we saw on Wednesday to take part in tomorrow's protest.
Definitely. The community is supporting the march wholeheartedly. And people are asking, when is the march, what time are we going and all those things.
Yeah.
So it will happen, definitely.
Look, there was this urgent call for the mayor, Herman Mashaba, to come and meet with the residents. He did now commit. We understand that they're going to meet on the 15th of April.
I think the issue of the 15th, there's an IDP session planned for the 15th. So
Right.
he's coming to that IDP session and it will be held in Malboro, basically, That's the thing. Like people wanted to see him as basically immediately, and he's basically shifting goalposts, I would say.
What are you expecting from the mayor? Because look, there are a number of issues that you're complaining about. Service delivery issues. We're talking about housing. Some say housing would be fall under the national competency. But you're also talking about illegal structures. You're talking about rubbish that's been on the streets. What are you looking towards the mayor in terms of addressing the issues?
Look, in terms of service delivery, there are long-term issues, like your issues of housing and all that. Those will be long-term issues. And come to think of it, the mayor, they are talking about issues of housing that they're not responsible. Then why is he always handing out title deeds to residents and all that if they're not involved in issues of housing and all that? But anyway, there are long-term issues and then short-term issues. Your short-term issues, you can't say that there's rubble in the street, or there's rubbish in the street, and then you blame the previous administration, and you've been in power for 3.5 years, more or less. The TA has been in power for 3.5 years. You can't say you won't clean the streets because the ANC was corrupt 3.5 years ago. It doesn't make sense. The issues of electricity cutoffs and all that. People who've built illegal structures, they also connect to electricity lines. They also connect to water pipes and all that. Those things basically are overloading the system. The system is no longer geared for the amount of people, the influx of people in Alexandra. So we need those things resolved. Because illegal structures were there, yes, before the current administration. But then the influx of illegal structures happened just after the current administration got into power, where you found people just occupying spaces. And JMPD are not doing anything about that. They're not addressing the issues of bylaws where people build on. Children can't play in empty spaces. Even parks as well are being invaded. And you can't let children play in the streets. It's dangerous. Issues of potholes as well. Those are everyday issues that can be resolved. That it's actually the responsibility of the current administration to resolve those daily issues.
What about criticism? I hear you what you're saying, and you've laid it out quite succinctly and vividly with regards to the issues that are currently at hand. But what would you say, and how would you respond to criticism leveled from some quarters that you're playing party politics here?
Well, I can also say they are also playing party politics. You can't. If people experience the streets of Alex have a bad stench due to rubbish all over the streets. There are electricity cables. Basically on an open surface. Kids play around there and all that. Those things that there's basically water leaking from pipes and all those things. So those things are, and as time goes on, these things become a bigger problem because they compound. And the reason we are in this state now, those things have compounded. So we are saying, please deal with these issues. We're not saying basically. It's not an issue of us trying to maybe expose their incompetence or anything like that, but we need service delivered.
Would it be a better approach to get all three tiers of government, we're talking local, provincial and national, to come together, I guess, to address these issues?
Look, yes, as government, they can come together and try and address these issues. But then, everyday life carries on. People are experiencing problems on a daily basis. So those things need to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Tell Pick It Up to come and clean up Alex. Tell City Power to come and deal with issues of illegal connections and all those things. JMPD, they should come and deal with structures being built on pavements, structures being built in parks and all those things. They need to deal with those issues.
From the temperature of views that you're getting on the ground, you confident that the residents are in it for the long run?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Even on Friday, they came to the meetings. Just that it was raining, but they came with rain and all.
Yeah. Bobby, thank you very much indeed for coming through and explaining what the community is going through there. Bobby Sullivan.
Can I reiterate one thing? Tomorrow,
yes,
it's only a peaceful march to Sandton. There's no shutdown.
Okay.
Normal life can resume. Kids can go to school. People can go to work. Whoever is around the township can join the march as we march to hand over our memoranda.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed, Bobby, for clarifying that.
Yeah. Another thing, our movement or our initiative has nothing to do with xenophobia or Afrophobia. We Yeah, we are dealing with everyday issues. No foreign national was assaulted. There were no vandalizing of shops or anything.
Well, Bobby, you raise a good point there. In control room, just bear with me. I just want to just get some clarity with regards to this point. With regards to the current relationship between foreign nationals and locals, just tell us a bit about that.
It's good. There's no foreign nationals getting chased around or getting assaulted around the township. It's good. And any foreign nationals who are having business in Alex are resuming with their businesses.
Right. Okay, Bobby, we'll no doubt keep a close eye on this story. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Bobby Solomon is the spokesperson for the Alexandra Total Shutdown. Keep it locked onto SABC News. We'll have more on this and other stories.